How's everybody doing? This is Mr. Limba. Welcome to the MLC. That is the Mr. Limba channel. It's been a while. YouTube is saying I've been gone for 3 weeks. For that, I do apologize. It's been a rush for me. Personal life got a little, I would guess, hyper excitement. Not the kind I was looking for. A little bit of natural disaster to deal with. I had to run down to Florida. Make sure some loved ones and friends were prepared properly for the hurricane. So I ended up getting trapped down there. And I was down there for the duration of Hurricane Irma. I also had to make sure some family members in Texas were okay after the impact of Hurricane Harvey. So I've been away. But during the whole time, I have not forgotten about my brothers. You know, I ran out of electricity and Wi-Fi and phone service and all that good stuff while down there. But I was thinking about you guys throughout the storm. And you guys already know, on this channel, it's a real brotherhood. It's real love. You know, it's personal. It's personal. So when I was down there in Florida, I made an observation. While I was running around every hardware store trying to get screws and plywood and shutters and water and, you know, non-spoiling goods to make sure that sufficient food and security measures taken to make sure that everyone survived the natural disaster, the hurricane, as safely as possible, I made an observation. And I was thinking I have to share this with you brothers. Now, I realize when natural disaster hit, it really proves what many of us brothers who teach on YouTube speaks about. And I would say this with a heavy heart because it is sadly so. You know, I am not happy that what we teach on YouTube is true. On the contrary, I wish it was false. You see, I don't want any of our sisters to be in the conditions in which we speak about. Unfortunately, it is oftentimes the truth, if not always the truth. And during Hurricane Irma in Florida, I realized it. I stood in Home Depot looking for some tap screws and concrete screws that can go through concrete walls and the proper drill bits and some plywood to board up some windows. During that time, I realized there are a few women amongst the men who are rushing around. Now, these women are not with their husbands or boyfriends or exes. These women are alone. They're scrambling with everyone else trying to get the best that they can to prepare their home for the storm. The problem is they not only lack the knowledge, they lack the physical build and aggression necessary to do the work on their own. Now, how did I pick up on these women during such a time of rush, such a time of desperation? I mean, everyone down there was in a panic because it's been, I believe, about 25 years since they seen a hurricane that strong. I mean, there is no worse feeling than knowing that you are in your home sleeping and then you feel heavy winds, rain falling on your face, a dark sky with lightning flashing out of it, and there's nothing you can do but wait for your own demise. That is what a hurricane brings to you if you're not prepared. So, how did I find the time? How did I see these women? How did I make this observation? Well, it is the nature of the woman, which I oftentimes speak about, that came out. I was standing in a screw and nail aisle looking for the proper tools, the proper screws to put up some plywood. I got myself an axe as I anticipated gas was low and chainsaws would not work after the hurricane, and there would be no electricity to plug in any chainsaws. And I heard screaming, women screaming, yelling. So I stopped and turned around And immediately I thought about the MLC. I thought about the Mr. Limba channel. I thought about my YouTube channel, and I thought about my brothers. And my heart was sad. My throat felt tight. I took a deep breath, and I continued to mind my own business the best way that I can, ignoring the screams that I'm hearing from women in different areas of the hardware stores. And I went to multiple hardware stores in multiple areas of the state, trying to find supplies, as supplies were short. Now, why were these women screaming? They were screaming at their children, their older ones, to take better care of the younger ones. Hold his hand, I told you. Why didn't you hold him? Why is he crying? Why is she yelling? Where did you go? I told you to stay here. In a panic, in a frenzy like that one, where people are rushing around and swinging 2x4s that can easily hit a kid in the head, box of screws falling down from top shelves, people removing chains and chicken wires. Kids can easily be cut. But the kids had to come with these women because they had no men to take care of the situation. You see, Hurricane Irma and baby mamas, my observation on independent women, that is a mouthful that most likely won't even be in the title, but this is the real title. Women are really not independent, my brothers. Women are independent because we have civilization. It is sad to see the reality of what our sisters were going through during this time of hardship because a man was lacking. There was not any testosterone around the house to put up plywood, to get the screws, to do the job of a man. Women are buying screws for drywalls, and they think it's going to go through concrete brick walls. And when they do buy the proper equipment, they're calling their neighbors because they don't have enough strength to push the bit and the drill through that brick wall. It is sad that these women believe that they are independent without realizing women independence depends heavily on civilization, which men has created as a way to pamper society and humankind and make life easier. Therefore, a woman may be sustained without a man. But in reality, in the real world, where civilization is not around, see, a frenzy like this shows you what it would be like if there were no societies, if there was no civilization. And as we face major crises, and I told you guys this channel will speak on things like that, there is a chance in a not so distant future we may have weakened communities and civilizations. And I'm only saying that not to go into the panic of some who say complete destruction of civilization. Women will be in trouble. Women will realize that men are necessary, and it is essential that they work with their men to stay together, because you are only independent as a woman when times are good. If this situation would have been worse, there would have been so many women in trouble. Women don't realize they may own a gun, but it is men who build it. It is men who makes the bullet, who get the gunpowder. It is men who pave the roads in which you drive. It is men who provide the jobs that gives you currency. So you may just go to the store and buy chicken without having to even hunt or capture a chicken to see if you can raise them on a farm of your own. It is men who make advanced weapons so you don't have to take a spear and go against a bear. And if the advanced weapons fail, it is a man who will pick up a spear or a machete, a sword, or a rock or a stone to fight a wild animal to protect himself and his family. Women must understand, as our societies are facing natural disasters and man-made disasters such as wars and economic collapse, diseases and famines that are sometimes created by man, they need to cling to their men. Cut the crap. Understand, men who make channels like this, like the MLC, loves you. And we are warning you that when shit hits the fan, you're going to die. I'm not going to keep this one long. I'm going to keep it short. I just wanted to bring to the attention of you brothers this observation that I've made. Are our women truly independent? If it wasn't for the society and the institution which we men have put in place, are women truly independent? Mankind was created to live together in love and in harmony. We tainted that, but we can still strive for man and women to live together. We are the perfect piece to the puzzle of life, family, and love under God. With that said, leave your thoughts, your feedbacks. I won't make this long. This is Mr. Limba. It's been a long time. I'll be back again soon. With much love, I'm out.